Everyone can hear me okay? In the corners? Brothers, you can say something? Yes, okay. On the other side? Can you hear me? Excellent. Okay, Jazakumullah khairan. We're reciting from the 13th juz, the first half today, from Surah Yusuf. We don't have much time, so I'm just going to make it very, very quick. We'll be reading Surah Yusuf and a little bit of Surah Ra'd. Surah Yusuf is Surah 12 and Surah Ra'd is Surah number 13. If you're somebody who keeps track of these things, this is the juz where the surahs catch up with the juz. So the 13th juz, this is where the 13th surah comes, and then after that, the 14th, 15th, and so on and so forth. Okay? Here is the story that Allah describes as نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنَ الْقَصَصِ. This is the best story. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dubs it as. And it is an amazing, amazing story. This is the only time in the Quran where a prophet's entire story is mentioned in one place, Surah Yusuf. And this story was revealed, or the surah was revealed in its entirety in one shot. So it's a very unique and very incredible surah. It is literally every ayah has dozens of benefits, dozens of things you can extract from adab and akhlaq, from how to deal with people, how people are supposed to, how families operate, from that to things such as testimony. Okay, in Islamic courts, the rulings of it come back to this surah. Things such as trials. How do people go on trial? Things such as how to give da'wah to people. All of these things and so much more, subhanAllah, are all in this beautiful surah. Even political theory, about how Yusuf alayhi salam is somebody who says that إِجْعَلْنِي عَلَى خَزَائِنِ الْأَرْضِ إِنِّي حَفِيظٌ عَلِيمٌ. He was under a non-Muslim king, and he said, made me the one who's in charge of the agriculture. Okay, so this is an ayah that many people use to support their claim, or their position rather, that you can have employment within non-Muslim governance, right? This is a debate, but what I'm trying to get at is Surah Yusuf has so much beautiful content and so many details. Literally, you could spend hours and hours on it. But what I want to point out today is the statement of Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam when he says, رَبِّ قَدْ آتَيْتَنِي مِنَ الْمُلْكِ وَعَلَّمْتَنِي مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ فَاطِرَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ أَنْتَ وَلِيِّي فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ توفني مسلما وألحقني بالصالحين. Ayah number 100, the ayah before this, and ayah 100 and number 101. 100 and 101, these two ayat are a beautiful conclusion to the story, in which Yusuf alayhi salam says that he tells his father that the dream he saw in the beginning of the surah has now come true. Okay? Then he says, وَقَدْ أَحْسَنَ بِي إذ أخرجني من السجن وجاء بكم من البدو من بعد أن نزغ الشيطان بيني وبين إخوتي. Allah has been so good to me when He took me out of the prison and brought you from the desert so that we could be reunited together. Okay? That's what he said. وَقَدْ أَحْسَنَ بِي إِذْ أَخْرَجَنِي مِنَ السِّجْنِ وَجَاءَ بِكُم مِنَ الْبَدْوِ مِنْ بَعْدِ أَنْ نَزَغَ الشَّيْطَانُ بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَ إِخْوَتِي. Ayah number 100. Subhanallah. Yusuf alayhi salam, he was kidnapped as a child, separated from his father and mother, thrown in a well, left to die, rescued by people but sold into slavery. In slavery he was raised as a nobleman, not like a field slave. But as he grew up, the wife of the man whose house he's living in wanted to have an affair with him. And clearly she's guilty, he wasn't. But because he was a nobody, he was thrown in jail. فَلَبِثَ فِي السِّجْنِ بِضْعَ سِنِينَ. And he remained there for, a decade or more. Subhanallah. He's done no crime. And his entire life he has suffered. And now finally, after all these years, when he's finally reunited with his family, he says what? He says, my Lord has been very good to me. My Lord has been very good to me. We have people who, when the slightest bad thing happens to them, their faith just vanishes. Their faith just goes. And they start blaming Allah for their troubles. And you see Yusuf alayhi salam, who went through so much trauma and so much pain, and none of it was his fault. None of his pain, none of his situation was actually his fault. Others were trying to, others were harming him. In fact, you can make the argument, the people who were supposed to protect him ended up betraying him. His brothers, his master, they betrayed him. Yet he harbors no ill will towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that, brothers and sisters, is what Iman looks like. That we have difficulties, we have trials, we accept the trials, we accept the difficulties. We don't say, oh Allah, why me? We understand that this is the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is what He's written for us, and there is good in it. We believe in the good of the destiny and the bad of the destiny. Because whatever is going to happen, Allah has already mapped it out for us. It's part of His plan. It's part of His plan. So we see that from all the hundreds and thousands of points of benefit that you can extract from this beautiful surah, you look at the attitude of Iman. The attitude of Iman is, وَقَدْ أَحْسَنَ بِي, my Lord has been very good to me. Not blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for any of His troubles. We ask Allah to give us this kind of attitude in our lives. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَى نَبِيِّنَا مُحَمَّدٍ وَعَلَى آلِهِ وَصَحْبِهِ أَجْمَعِينَ.